Hey, what's going on, guys? Me, Alex Wong, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys a little bit basic, but we'll be talking about the concept of Spintax, how you should use it, and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you the exact GPT formula that we are using in-house to create this at scale with ease, all right? So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, guys, so Spintax. If you're not familiar with Spintax is, it is going to be a email deliverability trick that we're going to use inside of cold email sending platforms to go ahead and create differentiations of certain words and sentences to prevent going to spam. Now, how exactly that's going to work is by this little unique code that gets done, and it is typically that squiggly bracket symbol that you see all the way on the right side of your keyboard. You'll have a word, you'll have a line in between, and then another word, and this ultimately will end up generating unique variations for you. So if you're not familiar, Spintax is short for spinning syntax, and within our certain templates, we're going to use this to create a bunch of different variations. So what happens is when we send this email from our cold email campaign to 20,000, 30, 40,000 different people, it's not the same, or you're not getting the same message to every single type of person, right? And the reason why this is very important is because we want to avoid going to spam. And this is how we could do this right at the beginning for our Spintax. Now, once again, Spintax uses curly brackets and the pipe character on your keyboard to define interchangeable options. So how it works is it will choose a random variation based on that. So a basic example, if you have in your first name saying, hey, hello, hi, first name, one recipient will see hi, Jane. The other person will see hello, John. The other person will see hey, Alex, right? So it will randomly choose this, and the more you create, the more it stacks. And because of just simple multiplying rules, this is how you can get to millions of variants for one single email copy. Now, once again, if you have two blocks with 3 options, then now you have 9 unique combinations. So that's how that math will break out. So the more you keep adding, if I had 3 blocks with 3 options, right, it would then be 27, okay? Now, the reason why this is important is, once again, for avoiding spam, so identical mass emails will trigger red flags immediately. And Spintax will make that message unique enough to appear organic. And then as we scale, we can send these thousands of emails without damaging our sender reputation. Now, best practices for success, right? We want to make sure that, 1, keep our variations natural. This is the most important part, especially if you use GPT for this. I mean, you definitely should be. And the reason why it is because ChatGPT will end up spitting out to you something of not ordinary messaging, right? So this could be AI words. This could be just phrases that people don't casually and naturally say in conversation. So it's really important that as you do it, you read through it, because even though it could be Spintax, and some variants will sound spammy and not of the right nature. Now, another thing is to not overcomplicate it as well. Remember, you just want to focus on the bulk of it, just to have different variations. It's not entirely having to create brand new sentences for each line. So focus on subject line, greeting, call to actions. You don't need to Spintax every single word. Now, test before sending. Again, this is really, really important because yes, you're in a rush. Yes, you're creating 10 different variants. You want to get it done as fast as possible. But it's really important that each variant, each preview comes out okay, because ultimately broken syntax and awkward phrasing is not going to yield you what the end goal is of booking the meeting, right? And then also maintain a consistent tone, right? Each brand has their voice and image and how you want to present your message, how you come off, and the audience you're targeting, you want to make sure that the tone remains consistent, right? Because like same thing as I just mentioned for step 1, each combination will switch up with AI, and some of that tone and formality then changes, right? So you could have very casual, and then it becomes all of a sudden very aggressively professional, all right? Now, again, avoid just these simple 3 things. Broken Spintax, you want to make sure that you always have a end bracket, right? I can't tell you time and time again, or if you're using personalization, it's not what this video is about, but if you're using personalization, always make sure you close it off, or that you have it right, because last thing you want is to be missing this portion, and then they get an email that just says, hi, line, hello, line, hey, right? That does not look good. So make sure that you have that filled in, especially as you go and edit it. Just be very careful with that. Make sure you have more variation, because some people just launch it with hey, hi, hello. That's not variation. Same thing with the subject line. Your body has to be Spintax, and I'll show you some examples of couple from a campaign below. And again, don't overspin it either, because then you're going to end up with robotic, inconsistent emails that lose their touch. Now, here are just some examples. So once again, subject line, hey, first name. That doesn't give you a lot of variety. If you have hey, first name, quick question, first name, got a minute, then you have 3 variations, and that's good to go. And same thing goes for the body of the email, right? You could say, I noticed you're a director of marketing at company name. I wanted to see if we could help increase your revenue by 40% in 90 days. Would you be open to discussing that further? And then you take this, and same thing with your subject line. Now you're going to have the subject line, hey, hi, hello. I noticed it came to my attention. You're the director of marketing at, you handle marketing at company name. And I wanted to see if we could help improve your revenue increase your revenue by 40% in 90 days. Would you be open to discussing? Does this sound like something worth discussing further? And now at this point, now you have 120 variants. So same email, right? Same meaning, just different way to say it. Sent to 120 people. Now they all get something entirely different. And same thing goes for your signatures. This is really important. You could flood this with as many things as possible. So even your signature could be used for Spintax for better deliverability. An example of Spintax could be best regards, kind regards, sincerely, warm regards, yours truly, whatever the deal is, right? And same thing goes for your name. Don't miss out on your names. You could do Alexander Wong, Alex A. Wong, if you have a name that can shorten it, right? Founder of Dulce, founder at Dulce, or just Dulce, right? Or CEO at Dulce, right? However you can mix it up. But you just want to have as many variations as possible, because now you add, for example, the subject line to this. Now you have 360, right? Then you want to add this down here, and then more from there. So by Spintaxing everything, you ensure that there are no 2 emails that look exactly alike. Let's be honest real quick. As you guys should know, I already dropped my biggest project of the year, Agency Ignition, and what that is and what you get with it. Let me show you how. Ooh, that's the wrong camera. Oops. Anyways, $498. Yes, we are doing 50% off until January 31st. You get access for free to 25 plus different scrapers. So if you do lead gen or you're an agency looking to get in business, this is the place for you to be, because guess what? For a fraction of just one of these tools, you get access to 24 more and even more. So you have access to Built With for websites with technology, Store Leads for e-commerce businesses, Clutch for agencies, Agency Vista agencies, Google My Business, local businesses, Yellow Pages, local businesses, G2 for SaaS, GetLocka, SaaS, Good Firms, Trustpilot, Crunchbase, so much more, Instagram, TikTok, all the socials. You also get 50 hours of curriculum content that allow you to teach you every single portion of starting and scaling an agency. You get exclusive membership discounts for 10 plus different companies. We've partnered with multi-million-dollar companies to give you guys the best prices in the game, right? I could rattle off from Email Guard, from Cheap Inboxes, HeyReach, SendSpark, all those different tools we've partnered with, Rev Reply. You also get 3 weekly group coaching calls. You get a community of lead gen experts. You have a ton of plug-and-play stuff, including 10 plus hours of real sales calls I've had in my business, VSL templates, landing page templates, email templates, automation templates, AI employee templates, and get access to a bunch of other tools as well, like formatting company name and job titles, CSV breaker, and 24/7 access to myself and my entire team, right? Now, you also get everything from a little bit of a cheaper plan that is $197 normally, but it's on sale for $98. You just get base access to the community, 1 weekly coaching call, access to curriculum, you get access to all partnerships, all discounts, access to limited time deals from our team, and personal help with your scripts and hundreds of people who are running a business just like you who are looking to help. So for now until January 31st, 50% off, $98 or $198 with no minimum commitment. If you really hate it that much, I'll give you a full refund without any single question asked. All right. If you like it, well, you have everything needed to succeed with Cold Outbound. Let's get right back to the video. All right. So this entire document is going to be in the description of the video here. And this is where you could just straight up copy and paste this into Google. So this is the exact Spintax prompt that I use to create my email variants. And essentially we teach it what it is every time. We showcase to how it works. Here's an example of a sentence, how it's processed. This is what it would look like. And remember that it needs to make sense and no more than 4 examples. You don't want to let it to go crazy. And all you got to do is just paste your email copy here. That's it. So just copy this entire thing, replace email copy with your actual email copy, and that's it. So if you don't want to have to deal with that or any other headaches with getting leads, scaling your business, or losing money because you don't know what you're doing, have us manage your outbound for you. Let's set up a free outbound strategy audit where we'll take a look at your business. Right now, we're the only agency with a unified platform across cold email, LinkedIn, calling, SMS, and direct mail. giving you the highest possible chance to convert a cold prospect. So we'll review your business, discuss what makes the most sense for you, and see where we'll go from there. And worst case scenario, you walk away with valuable advice. And best case, you come on board and we fill your calendar with a series of new sales opportunities. I'll talk to you in the next one.